Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Today, we're talking about some fragrances that are legendary. We're talking about clones that have defeated the master. That's right. We're talking full-on Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Star Wars stuff. The student has become the master. 10 different cheap clones that for one reason or another have defeated the original. All of these are gonna be linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. And I'm also gonna be doing a giveaway too, because I want one of you out there to get these and wear them and appreciate them. Let's begin with fragrances. With this one right. That sounded worse than it is. It's actually completely fine. Let's try that again. Let's begin with this one right here. Maison Alhambra, Victorioso Legend. Now, Victorioso Legend is a clone of Invictus Legend, and it's such an obvious clone of Invictus Legend that for one reason or another, they decided to change the name. I'm sure it had nothing to do with a letter being sent to Maison Alhambra / Lattafa saying, hey, change this name or we'll sue you. That probably did not happen. But they did change the name, and it is now known as Victorioso Myth. Ah, you see, Legend, Myth, you see what they did there? Smart. So like I said, this is a clone of Invictus Legend and it is dirt cheap. You can find this for under $20 at discounters. I've even seen this online for like 15 sometimes. I don't need to tell you this, but $15, like at that price point, good luck getting something that's even competently put together, let alone a fragrance that smells absolutely fantastic and ultra similar to another scent that is not only highly regarded by a lot of people, but also discontinued and mad expensive if you want a bottle. This one does all that. Does it all. So in terms of notes, this one has that kind of sea salty marine accord that a lot of Invictus fragrances were known for. Also has grapefruit off the top. As it dries down, bay leaf, geranium, some woody notes as well. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a basic note breakdown. Has really great longevity like you would expect from any type of Invictus scent. And not only can you use this as a replacement for Invictus Legend, you could also potentially use it as a replacement or to scratch the same itch as Invictus Parfum or the original Invictus. So when you take all of that into account, just an insanely good deal. And in general, these Maison Alhambra Victorioso fragrances are all really well done. They're all Invictus type clones, so yeah. A newer one up next from Maison Asrar Muharib. This one has kind of a cool presentation. It's got this weird like stone kind of aesthetic going on with the bottle, like frosted glass / stone. And this one is a clone of an extremely well-known fragrance, none other than Naxos by Xerjoff, which there's been kind of like a sudden resurgence in alternatives to that fragrance for whatever reason. I've noticed here over the past month or two that a few different Naxos alternatives have hit the market, which is kind of funny to me because it's like, okay, like why now? But I guess better late than never, because Naxos is one of the most well-known tobacco niche fragrances out there. For good reason. Smells awesome. Has a great aromatic tinge to it, some nice lavender in there as well. As it dries down, it warms up with the really nice pipe tobacco. Great for fall and winter time, smells amazing. So does this. And this one's pretty much trying to be a one-to-one with Naxos. So essentially what you're getting here, an extremely long-lasting, high-quality tobacco scent that smells very, very close to the Xerjoff for much less. And at the end of the day, that's what most people are after, and this delivers that. Let's go off and on with the next one, a very obvious choice, 9 p.m. This is another one that is extremely affordable, and really everything here is gonna be affordable because they're clone fragrances. But there are still differences and tiers and hierarchies as far as affordability, even within the clone zone. That's officially what it's called, I'm pretty sure, the clone zone. Because you have stuff like this and this that you can get for about 20 bucks, sometimes less than 20 bucks. Then you have other clone fragrances that are hovering around 30, 40 or so. Then you have another smaller tier above that, 50, 60 or so. Then you have a tier above that, which I struggle to find a good name for that. I was gonna say like crackhead tier, but I don't think that's very nice. You have the delusional tier above that, where you have clone fragrances that are charging you essentially the same cost or more than designer or even niche fragrances cost, what are you doing? You don't see too many of those, but anytime I see them, I'm like, what? Like, what is the thought process there? Hey guys, I'm gonna cut out the middleman, because you know, these niche fragrances, these designer fragrances, the middleman, the markup, I'm gonna cut that out, okay? And in doing so, I'm gonna charge you more than what they charge you. Because I'm greedy. But it lasts a long time, and I got that influencer to tell you that it's pretty sick. Back to reality, 9 p.m., ultra cheap. And it smells like Ultra Male. Or if you want to, you could just call it Ultra Male at this point. I don't think anybody cares anymore. Ultra Male, huh? But yeah, it smells similar to JPG. Ultra Male, great for fall, winter, spring, good for daytime or evening. Big compliment, puller, and a great mixture of fresh and sweet together. For the price point, this stuff is close to unbeaten, which is why it is still talked about ad nauseum today, years and years after it came out, because for the price, this stuff is nuts. Now, we've been talking about price a lot. Let's talk about price a little more, but more specifically saving on that price with the usage of coupon codes. And I have a ton of them for you right here. Lucky Scent, 10% off the entire website. Fragflex, the perfume box, JOMASHOP, lots of codes that you can use. Even some codes for lesser known stores like Fragrance Lord and Maple Prime. So anytime you shop at those stores, use those codes, save yourself some money. Let's go Lattafa next, Mashrabia. This one I love. I think it smells fantastic. It smells similar to by Kilian's Smokin' Hot. And in typical Lattafa fashion, really affordable. This one's gonna hit you for about 30 bucks at most places that carry it. Apple Shisha, that is the name of the game. This apple shisha note off the top is nuts. A fantastic tobacco fragrance. Another one good for fall and winter. It also has in there caramel, vanilla, dates, and cinnamon. So you have a lot of sweetness going on here. You also have a little bit of smokiness that wafts through there. It lasts forever. The projection is solid. It is one of the best Lattafa releases over the past few years, in my opinion, pretty easily. Mashrabia, top-notch stuff. Really, really, really good. There's also one by French Avenue that's cloning the same fragrance called Veneno Black, and that one is also extremely good. And really, it's kind of like splitting hairs as to which one is better. They're both great. Speaking about French Avenue and tobacco fragrances, this one is really, really good. Zenith Tobacco by French Avenue, and this is a clone of Tobacolor by Dior. And I've got 3 Zenith fragrances. This one, Zenith Blue and Zenith Vanilla. Of those 3, I think this is best. They are extremely different fragrances, to be fair, so I don't even know that that comparison matters. Zenith Vanilla, I think most guys probably won't care about too much. Zenith Blue is a clone of Sauvage, and it's really well done. It's just this one is more my style, more what I like. So with this, obviously, yes, you're gonna get kind of a tobacco feel from it. Honey is in here as well. You also have chocolate, you have caramel, you've got tonka, Tolu Balsam. So it has a really nice balance of warm and sweet. Once again, great performance, amazing quality. The only potential issue with this one, and it's not really too much of an issue, is that this is still kind of like rolling out slowly. So it like pops up at stores and then it goes away and pops up and goes away, that whole deal. But if you can find this at a discounter, scoop this stuff up if you like that Dior, because it is really close. Maison Alhambra has one called Tabac, and it comes in a presentation that looks really similar to the Dior, but between this one and the Alhambra, this one's better, just as far as like the quality, how it's put together, the deepness of the fragrance, all that stuff. Let's go Armaf next with this one, Caballo, and this has a very intriguing presentation. It has a magnetic cap, which I dig. It actually works pretty well. I like fumbled putting it on there, but it works pretty well. It has this kind of pleather exterior with 2 zippers, so that if you want to, you can unzip your bottle. It doesn't work that well. Like, these zippers are not great. They are functional, just they're poorly made zippers, I think. But yeah, see, you can unzip your bottle for some reason, and then take it out from the pleather exterior if you want it to zip up. Great, I should have never, oh, there we go. Ah, now it's broken! I should have never unzipped you. Oh God, ruined the whole thing. Okay, this is the worst. What the? See, this is what I don't understand sometimes with clone houses. They're like, what if we made a zipper on the side of the bottle and just had them flop in there? That would look sick. But make sure that they don't really function very well. Like when you zip them and unzip them, they should just really be hunks of crap and just not really work. That would be totally cool. I'm almost getting it back. It's like I'm having to slowly, I think I got it. These do not function. Why are they there? So strange choices with the presentation aside, outside of the magnetic cap, that's a good choice. This is a really, 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 really appealing fragrance that flies way under the radar. It smells a little similar to Tiger, Bulgari Tiger, but it has a twist. So it's not like a direct one-to-one of Tiger. It's almost like taking aspects mainly from Bulgari Tiger, that citrus and everything that you get off the top, that really like zesty, fresh, sweet opening. Taking that and then kind of mixing it with a blue fragrance, essentially. So Bleu de Chanel, for example, taking a bit of that Bleu de Chanel like eau de toilette kind of styling, and mixing it with Bulgari Tiger. Leaning more towards the Tiger side of things, but giving it that different bump from the blue fragrance. So it gives it a little more like year-round versatility instead of slotting it solely into like, oh, summer during the day. The quality is great, compliment factor, all of that stuff great, the price point really nice. And like I said, flies under the radar a lot more than some of the more popular Bulgari Tiger alternatives because it's not directly an alternative. It's just, it's a Frankenstein's monster. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying the same thing in circles here. The next one is from Rayhan, and it is Corium, which is a clone of Stronger With You leather. And this is from the earlier days of Rayhan, which was not that long ago, but it was from the earlier days, back when they had normal caps instead of magnetic caps, and also back when a lot of their releases were not that good. That's a nice way of putting it. Will be nice. So it was around that time frame. They've changed a lot. Nowadays, everything has magnetic caps. The bottles look nicer. The presentation overall is nicer. The quality is higher. So it's night and day, like something being released now from the brand compared to back when this one came out. So when I bought this, I think I bought it from JOMASHOP for like, at the time, low 20s, 24, something like that. Somewhere in that vicinity, I think. But yeah, I bought this and the expectation was low. It was down there. But then in actuality, it's really, really, really good and gets extremely close to Stronger With You leather, which I have to admit, at the time I bought this, I still thought, well, that's kind of weird. Like you can find Stronger With You leather at discounters, like for a pretty good price, all things considered. So of everything in the universe, why clone that one? But they could see into the future, and Stronger With You leather is now hard to find and much more expensive. Now they have a fragrance that is an alternative to that one for much less, that is extremely close, and they crushed it. Fantastic Stronger With You leather alternative on the cheap. Stuff is great. Art of Arabia 3 is up next by Lattafa. Oh yeah, nice, oh yeah. This stuff is surprisingly awesome if you like amber type fragrances. It is most similar to Clive Christian's Blonde Amber, but you might also find some similarities between this and the One Luminous Night, though it is absolutely not a direct clone of that fragrance. But it does make use of dates very prominently, so again, you're gonna find some similarities between this and that one. It also has myrrh, vanilla, tobacco, sandalwood, tonka, labdanum, and olibanum. So again, a really rich, deep fragrance, ambery, resinous, warm, a little bit balsamic. Ultra classy, fantastic performance. This is one of the better Lattafa Pride fragrances for me, and absolutely 100% worth owning. Let's go with the really obvious one next. Check that out. This one is Sharaf Blend by Zamaya. I do especially love how they put by Zamaya. It's not just Zamaya, it's by Zamaya. Remind you of anything? Oh, by Killian. Yeah, of course. It's Sharaf Blend by Zamaya. Angel Share by Killian. And the presentation style, yeah, it's a little obvious. This stuff is absolutely killer though. Smells amazing. If it had been released before Kamra, this would be the Kamra of today. But it wasn't, so it's not. The quality here, again, amazing. It has dates off the top. As it dries down, you have vanilla, praline, tonka, amberwood, and also a little saffron and nutmeg off the top. Again, great performance, great longevity, the whole deal, just like pretty much everything else up here. And a lot of people that have smelled this one will tell you it is actually better than Camera. The improved performance definitely doesn't hurt considering how much of an emphasis people put on that nowadays. And of course it is going to remind you of Guy Sava and Angel Share and Camera, bits and pieces of all of those. Just an ultra sexy scent, perfect for fall and winter time. And the final fragrance before the giveaway is Vulcan Feu by French Avenue. Great atomizer on this one, by the way. Nice. Whew. Did you see that when I blew? That it just went away? Dang. This one is a clone of God of Fire, which is everywhere nowadays. And for my money, this one is one of the absolute best alternatives out there as far as just balancing everything out really nicely. It doesn't focus too hard on just one aspect. It's not like, oh, only mango, which other ones do that, and that actually may work better for you depending on what you're going for. But this one has a nice balance of, yes, the mango, but also woody notes and everything else as it dries down, giving you a nice depth to the fragrance, good staying power, and everything else that you typically look for in a cologne scent. Just again, unbeatable quality. This stuff is great. Let's do the giveaway. Ooh, yeah. King of Kings. That's what it says here anyway, King of Kings. Private Blend, Chapter 2, and then this one over here, Royal Crown Parfum. These are supposed to be clones of Naxos and BR540. So it should be a pretty sick hookup for one of you out there. Hopefully you can get some use out of these. If you want to be entered in the giveaway for these two right here, all you have to do, like the video, be subscribed to the channel, comment below. Let me know, in your opinion, what is like the number one clone that surpasses the original, whether it's because of performance, bang for buck, just how it smells, like a twist on it, whatever. That's all you gotta do to be entered, and then I will pick a winner with random comment picker the following month, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, hit me up, I'll ship these out to you. Good luck. If you've hung with me this far, thank you so much for staying until the end. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.